we bring you the latest updates from the Pna Newsroom. The Department of Labor and Employment under the Marcos administration vows to upgrade the skills and knowledge of Filipino workers as more foreign investors prepare to enter the country. Labor Secretary Bienvenido Laguesma said DOLE is paying attention to resolving jobs mismatch issues through the upskilling of Filipino workers. Laguesma said improving the skills of workers must be industry-led as well as demand and market-driven so that workers can find jobs that suit their skills. He cited the need for an effective labor information system that can match investors with areas that have the ideal location and work pool. He also raised the need for digitalization of available opportunities to help job seekers find the right positions for them. The Philippine Coast Guard says it would publicize all incidents of Chinese incursions in the West Philippine Sea to compel China to acknowledge its actions. PCG advisor of the Commandant for Maritime Security, Commodore J. Tariela, said that the National Task Force for the West Philippine Sea believes that it is obliged to make the public aware of these incidents. He said they hope to see if Beijing would change its reaction toward the Philippines protests. The Coast Guard earlier admitted that not all incidents of Chinese incursions in the Philippines were reported to the public. Tariela, however, said the PCG is committed to maintaining its presence in the West Philippine Sea despite the situation. In other news, the local government of Makati ordered the closure of a smart communications main office due to unpaid taxes and a lack of valid business permit. Authorities served the cease and desist order in its office at the Ayala Avenue. In assessment by the Makati City Treasurer's Office in 2016, Smart failed to secure a valid business permit and pay over 3.2 billion pesos worth of tax from January 2012 to December 2015. Makati City Administrator Claro Certeza said that the telecom company also failed to submit a breakdown of revenues and business taxes paid in all branches nationwide. Smart argued before the Court of Tax Appeals back in May 2019 that the city has no jurisdiction to audit the company's financial statements and operations in other branches. It insisted that it had submitted all its operational records within the city and paid the necessary taxes. For her part, Mayor Abby Binay repeatedly reminded all business in Makati to obtain the necessary permits before operating in the city. Motorists are ending February with a breather as oil companies announce minimal rollbacks in fuel prices tomorrow. In the separate advisories, all companies said they will roll back gasoline prices by 70 centavos per liter. Diesel prices will go down by 1 peso and 30 centavos per liter, while kerosene will have a 1 peso and 80 centavo per liter rollback. Industry experts said the rollbacks were based on movements in the world market. Price of liquefied petroleum gas or LPG are also expected to decrease on March 1 due to the lowering of its contract price. That's the latest and the biggest stories from the Pna Newsroom. For more news content, visit our webpage or head on to the Philippine News Agency's Facebook and Twitter accounts. We're also shown on the social media pages of the Presidential Communications Office and Radyo Pilipinas RP1. Stay tuned for more news updates. I'm Stephanie Civiliano. We tell stories that inspire change.